Hello, my name is Brandon Maloney. I am a dude who likes arm wrestling. This was me when I was like 13. I did bodybuilding and shit for a few years, and I just thought arm wrestling was cool, so I decided to optimize my entire home gym for it. Hey Google, shut up please. So I just kind of wanted to show and put a little bit on the internet just to kind of document how everything is. I think it's May 1st, 2026. Yeah, that's the year. So I don't know. I'm planning on going kind of far, so I just wanted to talk about it. So right now, everything is super optimized for just purely arm wrestling. So I have 2 weight stacks here. A lot of this is just purely Devin Laird inspired, to be entirely honest. Like, he's the only one who really talks about actual arm wrestling training, and with my big like sports background, and I've coached people and all that, honestly his methods make huge sense, so I'm copying them pretty much completely. But I have a pronation stack and I have a rising stack. I'm going to go into like how I progress on those in a little bit, and people who actually know what they're doing can tell me I'm wrong. I just implemented some hook stuff because I have a lot of elbow pain and I want to strengthen that, but also just get stronger in that position. So I was only doing rising and pronation for a little bit, but I started adding in hook. So I'm actually going to do a set here before we go to the whiteboard, and then we'll talk about what the whiteboard is. So I have tons of pain in my right because I got done pulling with one of my friends who's super strong, and I wanted to pin him really bad and I couldn't. So as you can imagine, came outside and kind of blew my elbow open a little bit, but it's fine. Left is going to be way easier. Nice. Now we're going to go over to the whiteboard. I think this is super crucial in how programming works for me and what I'm doing right now. Obviously, this is going to change because of the concept of periodization, which is basically, if you don't know, just you change up your training depending on phase. But this is kind of how I'm working it. So I have a whiteboard here. I had all of my start lifts for rise and pronation. Originally, these were the only 2, but now I've added some hook as well, and I have a spot for a 4th lift in case I want to incorporate it. But basically how my method of progression works is I do tons of singles, so I'll do sets of 1 basically. And after I lift a certain weight 20 times, then I will progress 2.5 pounds, or for hook it would be 5 pounds just because it's a barbell on that lift. So I have no like real structure or anything, but after I lift a weight 20 times, I know that that's around enough to where it becomes easy and I become used to it, and then I can up the weight. I'm experimenting with it, and I've only upped the weight 1 time, about to be 2 times, so it may be different. It might be 30 times or 15 times, who knows, something like that. But I think that that's a very smart way of progressing, just because if you do sets and reps, when it comes to this stuff, and you just do like 3x5 and 3x5 again, then 3x5 again, like, you're not really building peak strength, which is what is I've noticed, or I've heard at least, is most important for arm wrestling. And it's just like, it's more complicated, I feel like this is super simple. I really like the idea of, because these are smaller muscles, like in your forearm, and they're not going through a deep range of motion, you can do tons of volume. You just have to be careful with your joints. And I have like blood flow that I do throughout the day, so I'll do like blood flow circuits 2 or 3 times a day just to prevent myself from getting hurt. Obviously, if I'm injured, then I'll go lighter, I'll be more careful or whatever. I'm not a dumbass with that, I'd like to think. I've only hurt 1 shoulder in 5 years of playing sports, so I'm pretty proud of that. Only torn 1. I have injuries all over, but but yeah, I mean, it's super simple. I can hit a lift with the rise and then a lift with the pronation just to show how I do those now. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I just wanted to put something out because I think it'd be cool. But I wrap it around the wrist, then over the knuckle, then 3, 2, 1. Easy. Wrist moved a little bit, but that's fine. I was trying to show off, to be honest. I had 3, 2, 1. Dope. And then over to pronation. There we go. Easy. All right, and just to show how the whiteboard works, we're gonna come over here. I think I added one for hook. I actually don't remember. Wouldn't hurt to go a little bit slower just because, again, very joint heavy. But right here, we have one for pronation and one for rising, or one for rising, one for pronation. Otherwise, that's been everything. My name is Brendan. Keep trying your hardest. Do your best at doing your best. Trust God. Peace.